it wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Tampa. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll be out right at the 35. They're on the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. McCarthy going to put it up right away. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll run. This is Bashal Tootin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's McCarthy. He'll try and do this himself. A Cardinal sin there, thrown back over the middle, and it's intercepted. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. At the 36-yard line. They'll look to throw. This one complete to Coleman. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown from 3 yards out. And the Eagles are on the board here first in the season opener. footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw McCarthy. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Brings up 3rd down and 10. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. McCarthy, he's set to throw it. That's complete. It's Bashir and he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. So on 4th down, on is Riley Dixon to punt for Tampa Bay. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They're going to look to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
A.J. Brown, incomplete. Tyke Smith on the coverage.
So the challenge not a successful one, as this will stay an incomplete pass. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. And the Bucs will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Third down pass. Intercepted. The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9. Now McCarthy. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
To the air with McCarthy. Now he'll tuck this and run. He will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
On play action, now McCarthy. That's into the hands of the rookie from Florida. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Throwing is McCarthy. He'll get this out to Tootin. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
There's a short one taken in by Otten. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet, as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Eagles are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, Bigsby. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 7. Looking to throw. And he will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Out of the gun now on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get this up to right around the 8-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it second down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
Here's a give to Bigsby. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On play action, they'll throw. Man on the left side is Brown. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
That's good for an Eagles first down. A gain of 21 yards. And an Eagle first down.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. On first and 10, it's Bigsby.
Now the ball comes loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble on play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stepped out from behind the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
At the 13-yard line.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Back to throw. McCarthy. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Bucs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third and 11. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
First and 10 at the 43.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a second down and 6.
Back to throw. McCarthy.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle.
It's a gain of 8. That's another.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Let's go.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
It's a gain of
14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Buccaneers first down.
Here we go.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
This pass left side to Downs.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
At the 19-yard line.
Go! Cowboy Dragon 60.
Here's McCarthy. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Second and 6. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
From the shotgun, McCarthy.
His pass caught with the 4. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release.
19, Panther 60, Panther 60. Warriors 70. Let's go.
Irving.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now.
Jake Moody now on for the field goal.
From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3.
The trailing here in the first half still, but maybe, Charles, that'll help them get some momentum back. First the forced fumble, and then they're able to get a field goal out of it.
And down in the game, they came out and created their own opportunity on one side of the ball and did get points out of it, as you mentioned. Complimentary football right there as they try to bring this one back to even.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. A good return up past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Well, now hang on here because Saquon Barkley is in some discomfort, so we're going to have a pause here for an injury.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
This is Smith with a ground. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
Now a handoff to Bigsby.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Buffalo 18.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
He'll try and do this himself. And he's going to go down again. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up fourth down. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Taking it about the 36. Pulled out a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Another run by Bigsby. A good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
But it's caught on the right side of Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think, a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Take Bigsby, 30 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So the toss play there, very effective. Looked like the defense got caught with too many men in the box.
I think you're right about that. And I really like the idea of getting him out wide, getting him to the perimeter. That way he can either turn the corner when they box the defenders inside or make that one cut and get upfield when you get help from your wide receivers taking care of the cornerbacks.
And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Let's go. Trap 60 Eagles, 60 Warriors. Go.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdowns to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off.
Josh Downs
From 19 yards away.
and the Bucs are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now we'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Now he's free at the 35.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Eagles will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14.
24. Buccaneers 10. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to a... At the 23.
Over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so. They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. McCarthy operating from the gun. That's complete. He's got to it and stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To the air with McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Bucs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now McCarthy.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 16-yard line.
Here we go, set. Pass to 60, pass to 60.
Sticking with the pass. Here's McCarthy.
And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Josh Downs, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Buccaneers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point try now for Moody.
He's got it, and it's 24-17.
Makes the score Eagles 24, Buccaneers 17.
Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And now they'll shift things around.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
That is caught and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
Boy, that was a big gamble for them right there. They went for it on 4th down, showed a little chutzpah because they did it with the lead here in the 4th quarter, and this defense is once again unable to stop them.
They'll run on 1st down with Price.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 18. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They'll toss this right side to Price.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the 1st half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10.
A quick throw here out to Brown. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
They'll drop the throw.
They'll set up a screen for Bigsby.
And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. To the left side, he gets this one to Ibuka. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
Complete to Ibuka. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing is McCarthy. Now he's going to step up and run.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And across the midfield, straight into Eagle territory.
Now a 3rd and 6. There go play action. Here's McCarthy.
And that will be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Where will the pressure come from? 4th and 6 now.
Come on, set. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. He'll try to do it himself.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter.
They'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
They'll go again here with Price.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved.
Here's 1st down. They'll run the draw with Irving.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield.
They were just trying to give their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
To throw from his end zone, McCarthy. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
The city always a little extra excitement for week.